Have you ever noticed that most ADHD advice sounds like this? Get more organized, be more disciplined, try harder, stay focused. Okay, I will try. And if you are an adult with ADHD, you've probably spent years trying to do exactly that. But what if thriving with ADHD isn't about becoming someone else? What if it's about building your life around a system that actually works for your brain? Today, I want to share 7 habits that can help adults with ADHD thrive. Not because they eliminate ADHD, but because they work with it instead of fighting against it. Let's start with habit number 1. Many adults with ADHD spend years trying to improve their weaknesses. And that makes sense because school teaches us to focus on what we are not good at. If you struggled with math, you got more math. If you struggled with organization, you got more pressure to be organized. But as adults, success often comes from learning into our strengths. Maybe you are creative. Maybe you are great with people. Maybe you are an amazing problem solver. Maybe you can see connections that other people miss. So instead of asking yourself, how do I become good at everything? Try asking, how do I spend more time doing what I'm already naturally good at? This doesn't mean ignoring growth. It means recognizing that your strengths deserve attention too. This one can be hard because many adults with ADHD feel like they should be able to do everything themselves. But you don't get extra points for struggling. If paying bills is difficult, automate them. If paperwork overwhelms you, ask for help. If cleaning constantly drains your energy, find ways to simplify the process or share the responsibility. One thing I see again and again is that many adults with ADHD have a tremendous amount of creativity. But sometimes life becomes all responsibilities and no creativity. We have to work, pay bills, set up appointments, meet deadlines, and eventually something starts to feel missing. For adults with ADHD, creativity is not just a hobby. It's a way of regulating emotions, processing experiences, and reconnecting with themselves. So that creative outlet might be anything, like writing, art, music, building something, photography, content creation, or anything else that you enjoy doing. The activity matters less than the feeling. The important question is, what helps you feel alive? Get organized enough. Notice, I didn't say get perfectly organized, I said organized enough. Because perfection is often the trap. Many adults with ADHD spend hours creating complicated systems. Color-coded planners, multiple apps, detailed schedules, and then feel defeated when they can't maintain them. You don't need perfect organization. You need enough organization to help you achieve your goals. Maybe that's one calendar, one task list, one reminder system. Simple is often more sustainable. And if your system works, it doesn't have to look impressive. Ask for advice from people you trust and ignore the dream breakers whenever you can. Adults with ADHD receive a lot of opinions. People tell them what they should do, how they should work, how they should think, and how they should live. And after years of criticism, it can be difficult to know whose advice actually matters. But the reality is that not every opinion deserves equal weight. Find a few people you genuinely trust, people who understand you, people who want the best for you, and listen carefully to them. And try not to give too much power to people who constantly discourage, shame, or dismiss you. ADHD can be surprisingly lonely. Many adults with ADHD feel misunderstood. Some of them forget to reach out, some become overwhelmed and isolate, and some carry the shame that makes connection feel difficult. But meaningful relationships matter. You don't need a huge social circle. You don't need dozens of close friends. You just need a few people who know the real you. A few people who understand your strengths, your challenges, and your humanity. This doesn't mean pretending everything is okay all the time, and it doesn't mean toxic positivity. Because every person has difficult days. Every person has self-doubt. And adults with ADHD have a very loud inner critic, a voice that says, you should have done better. You messed up again. Why can't you just be consistent? And the goal is not to eliminate that voice completely. The goal is choosing which voice gets the final vote, the voice of shame or the voice of self-compassion, the voice that says you are broken or the voice that says you are learning. You don't have to ignore reality, but you also don't have to let your worst moments make your biggest decisions. If there is one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's this. Thriving with ADHD is not about becoming neurotypical. It's not about fixing every weakness. And it's not about trying harder than everyone else. It is about understanding your brain, working with your strengths, creating support when you need it, and building a life that fits who you are. If you recognize yourself in some of these habits, this doesn't mean you are failing. It may simply mean you've been trying to use strategies that were never designed for your ADHD brain in the first place. And if ADHD is affecting your work, relationship, emotional well-being, or self-trust, counseling can help you. You don't have to figure it out all by yourself. You can book a counseling through my website. And if this video was helpful, let me know in the comments which of these 7 habits do you want to work on first.